you eat bananas last night?
No.
Oh, so you got room for fruit and eggs.
Oh my God.
My friends are dying for me to spill the tea, and I'm afraid that I'm going to disappoint them.
Ready for a one-night stand in Greece.
But I was secretly hoping for a kiss, but I was too scared to make the first move.
You know what, to be honest with you, I don't know what's actually worse about this season when it comes to Chantel's whole journey, you know, of the single life. I don't know if it's just her dying need of just being desperate for love and desperate for attention, or it's just the fact that her friends are so desperate for her that they even want her to go out there and pretty much, you know, live that bad bee life, or shall I say, live that hoe phase. Because, you know, whenever the friends speak, all they ever speak about is how Chantel should just go out there and approach every guy on sight, make sure that she kisses them, and even by the sounds of it, make sure that she even has a one-night stand with them as well. Like, I don't even understand what the hell is going on here. What is the priority? Is the priority for her to go out there to find a man, or is the priority out there just to go out there and just get the experience back of being around men and, you know, yeah, enjoying life? I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I'm not saying either one of them is wrong, but I just find it quite annoying because the intention is coming from a place of just pure desperateness. It's not coming from a place of where like, oh, I just want to go have fun, blah, 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 you know, let loose. I'm not looking for anything serious, whatever. It's more like I'm just desperate and I just need to do something. And it's weird because Chantel's desperate in one way, but the friends are desperate in another way. It's just weird to me, unless I'm just seeing this completely wrong. But all I know is this, is that Chantel really needs to do a self-care journey. She doesn't need to find anybody right now. Finding someone right now is the biggest mistake that she could ever do, because when you are desperate, you are more likely to end up being with somebody that isn't for you. I'm not saying it's not possible to find someone that's for you, but you're more likely to not find the right person because your judgment is not in the best place because it's desperate. Especially when you got friends who are like behaving like this. But that's just the beginning of this. Let's get into what else goes down in this episode.
And I'm 32 years old, so I do have resentment for Pedro for stealing all of the best years from me.
Now, the reason why she speaks about Pedro again, you know, and stealing the best years of her life is purely because she's 32 and at 35, having a child won't be as blah, 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 blah. I get it, whatever. But I really dislike the fact that she's always having to bring back Pedro. Listen, Pedro's the past now, but you know what makes it worse? It's not even the fact that she brings him up. It's the fact that she refuses to take accountability. She chose to stay with Pedro for as long as she did. She could have left him at any time, but she didn't. She stayed around despite how he was treating her. And I say this because forget about when they first met, whether or not Pedro was really in love with her, or whether or not Pedro was doing the right things. Let's fast forward to more near the end. The man didn't touch her physically for 6 freaking months. That was sign that's a big sign itself alone. Now, I'm not saying that doesn't mean that you can't work in the relationship, but if the man isn't wanting to communicate with you, isn't wanting to go therapy with you, he's literally avoiding you, talking to you like absolute garbage, that is a sign to say that maybe I should leave. And then also on top of that, she says it herself, like the relationship between her parents and his parents never worked, ever. Her relationship with his relationship with theirs never worked. The amount of times there was other occasions, she was in a situation where she was in a relationship with somebody knowing that his sister hated her. The sister would insult her, throw things at her. She had every chance to leave this man so many times. Forget about the fact that she was into him, that she was in love with him, and forget about the fact that he may have felt the same. The fact is, the way I look at it is this: if you are, be careful the family you're marrying into. She knew the family that she was going to marry into. She knew that she was going to go into a family where Lydia didn't like her, Nicole didn't like her, and they were always going to act a certain type of way. And also on top of that, her family felt the same way about Pedro. Like, yo, the signs were always there to leave. So she needs to take accountability for the fact that she should have left earlier, because clearly their relationship was never going to work. Despite how they felt about each other, it was never going to work because of the clash of conflict within the families. Like, come on, take accountability. And then it's crazy because instead of taking accountability, she then goes off and says this nonsense instead.
So my ideal guy would be an orphan.
Oh no.
You see what I'm saying? Somebody who would have taken accountability and understood wouldn't say such ridiculous things. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you though. There was many times I felt the same though. Maybe I should be with someone who's an orphan too, only because it represents me. I mean, I wasn't an orphan, but like, you know, whatever. If you know my story, you know my story. If you don't know it, then you don't know it. But anyway, we continue.
Because I can't deal with family drama.
I don't agree with that. Would you comment staying here?
It's so pretty. I'm not sure. I don't know. Honest, finally
I mean, listen, the good news is she says you have to convince me, and obviously Jonas kisses her, and she was like, maybe this is good enough reason for me to stay. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I do feel like maybe Chantel would move into another country to be with him, to be with somebody. Maybe the best option for her. I think the further away she is from her family, the better. But this is only given the fact that she's going to be in a relationship with somebody who's got a family that's going to obviously like her and appreciate her. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying her family wouldn't like and appreciate this guy or whatever, but maybe, you know, for some people, they do better when they're away from their family. That's all I know.
Kissed me, and I'm on cloud 9. I love kissing Jonas.
Some romantic schemer.
Can somebody explain to me this? This is the thing that I really want to fathom from this scene here. Why is it these two are in a situation where they're kissing, but all of a sudden, all of Chantel's friends, and I think even one of his friends, are gathered around these two while they're kissing? This is so freaking cringe. Like, somebody make sense out of this scene for me. I just had to show this and be like, what is going on? Like, if it's me and I'm kissing someone, like, I don't want people to be all around, all in our space. Are you mad? Are you crazy? There's no way I want that. You know what I mean? Like, this is just weird to me. But obviously, this is probably TLC, you know, making it all into the romantic scene because, of course, there is some music. And obviously, there's music in the background being played at the same time. So clearly, they wanted to make this scene so cinematic, so romantic, so inspiring. There ain't nothing wrong with TLC trying to do that, but boy, I would feel so cringe. I would feel so awkward. You know what I mean? I just couldn't do it myself in particular. You know what I mean? But either way, I really want to know what you guys think. You know, about the fact that, listen, it feels to me as if there are two different agendas. From what the friends want for her compared to what she wants from her. But most importantly for me personally, the thing that's the biggest issue is that she takes no accountability for the fact that she stayed in a relationship for 7 years when she could have left at any given time. I mean, listen, I've been there myself, been in a long-term relationship, you know what I mean? And been like, you know what, I should have probably left a whole lot sooner than I did. But end of the day, I took accountability that I didn't and understood that, listen, even though it took me a while to leave, the main thing is I left. And the question is, what is next for me? That's what I really matter, just what I'm saying. Chantel now, literally, all she wants to do is complain about she wasted 7 years, and now she wants to hurry and have kids with somebody. Blah 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 blah. Cry me a freaking river, like grow up. But this is the problem with Chantel, though. I don't know if she has the ability to actually grow up. I feel like out of her and all of her siblings, she's probably the most immature one. She's probably the most like, You know what I mean? I mean, I get that vibe from her a lot. I mean, to be honest with you, maybe she should be grateful that Pedro even put up with her for as long as he did. So I don't know if I could put up with Chantel for as long as he did, man. I just feel like when you speak to her, brain cells are just running away from her mind. Maybe that's a mean thing to say, but I said it. What? Now what? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.